want to just take a moment and say thank you to all of you for being here and participating in this event. It's an important event for our nation, and most importantly, it's an important event for the Fowler and Richardson family and for the entire SOUTHCOM family. So thank you all for being here. There's senators, there's congressmen, there's members of the Joint Chiefs, there's all kinds of dignitaries, chiefs of defense from 47 different nations and partners here. So many of you have made the trip to be here to celebrate this day, and I just want to say thank you to all of you. I want to say a particular thanks to the SecDef for presiding over the ceremony. I've known SecDef Austin for many, many years, decades in fact. This is a man of enormous integrity, a man that I have seen personally up close in combat as we fought the fight on many, many occasions in the Middle East and elsewhere. We are incredibly lucky to have you standing tall as our Secretary of Defense, so thank you, sir, for being here. There are many of you who are here, but perhaps none more important, I think, than the soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, Space Guardians, and Coast Guardsmen, and all of the many, many civilians assigned or attached to the United States Southern Command. For 50 years, Southern Command has built an incredible reputation for regional expertise, for interagency cooperation and partnership throughout the entire Western Hemisphere. And there are thousands of you who are doing it 24/7, 365, risking your life, your limb, separating from your family and sacrificing on a day-to-day basis. And many of you who are there assigned to SOUTHCOM are not here today. So I want to extend a warm welcome to them, even if they are joining us by Zoom or VTC or whatever means we have. The integration of the interagency efforts and military capabilities and the partners that Southern Command has brought together has really put meat on the bones of a concept that SecDef Austin has introduced to us called integrated deterrence. And it means a great deal not only in Asia and Europe and Africa and the Middle East, but it means a great deal right here in our own Western Hemisphere. The Southern Command works together with our partner nations to fight transnational criminal organizations, to counter the malign influences of adversary nations that dare to come into the Western Hemisphere, to respond to natural disasters, and to help our friends in need to meet any challenge that comes our way. And SOUTHCOM does all of this with teams that work together to accomplish big things with the clear-eyed goal of ensuring our hemispheric stability. Our regional partners are the bulwark of security and stability in this hemisphere. The United States is a great country, a great power, but we don't do anything alone. We do it with our friends and partners, and there are 23, I think, represented here today of the 47 allies and partners that throughout the region, and I'd like to acknowledge them with a round of applause. Many of the countries in the region have fought shoulder to shoulder with the United States military in various campaigns from World War II to Korea to Vietnam and throughout not only this region but elsewhere. And that has been incredibly significant to our country. This is, in fact, a neighborhood of neighbors, the Western Hemisphere is, and it's all of ours. This hemisphere belongs to us and to no one else. And we're all shoulder to shoulder in that common cause to protect our hemisphere from any international threats. Economic competition is welcome. Any country that ever wants to compete economically is welcome to do so. But efforts to undermine the security of this hemisphere, undermine our collective security and our cooperation, undermine our prosperity, will be met with the strong partnerships that we have knit together over many, many years under the leadership of Southern Command. Deterrence against our potential adversaries such as China or Russia or Iran or terrorists or drug cartels or human traffickers or any other threat will be met with a unified level of resistance by every single country in this hemisphere. And we have seen that over many, many years. Over the last 3 years, SOUTHCOM has done exactly that under the great leadership of Craig Fowler. Admiral Fowler has accomplished all of these tasks to an exceptionally high degree, and for that, Craig, not only me personally as a friend of yours for many, many years, but on behalf of the United States, on behalf of all of the countries in the Southern Command AOR, I want to say thank you to you. And Craig didn't get here by himself. None of us ever do at these ranks. And it's really because of Craig's family that he sits here before you after 38 consecutive years of faithful service to our country. Craig's father couldn't be here with us today, but he's watching virtually. Craig's father is an Army veteran, so he chose the correct service, Craig. And I can only imagine why you did not join the Army. Enough said. Even if you were classmates with the Secretary of the Navy. Craig's mother, unfortunately, has passed on and couldn't be with us, but I am quite certain that she is looking down upon this ceremony today with incredible pride in all that you have accomplished. It's Craig's mom and dad who molded him and gave him the values and the character that have withstood the pressure test of life at sea and peace and war, and understood the demands of military high command in multiple theaters. To Mom and Dad, we also say thank you for loaning us Craig Fowler. And I can also say without a doubt that Craig would not be here if it were not for Martha. She has been by his side for 37 of his 38 years of commissioned service, and every single time she sings God Bless America or the national anthem or any other song, she inspires us all. So Martha, thank you. You know, Martha has managed the Fowler family through 27 moves, countless leadership positions over the years. She's raised two tremendous daughters, Jessica and Abby, while simultaneously serving the Navy's sailors and their families. And now, in this joint command, she's done the same for our soldiers, our Marines, our airmen, Coast Guardsmen. With thousands of hours of volunteer service and service also as an Arlington lady, Martha has comforted the families of our fallen who are buried in Arlington National Cemetery. She doesn't get paid a dime for anything she has done over the years, and she's been absolutely instrumental here at SOUTHCOM. Her family heritage is also from Brazil, and she demonstrates that the cloth of the United States is woven into the multicultural cloth of our nation. Her father, Leonel, who immigrated to the United States from Brazil in 1947, he also contributes and helps Craig as a cultural advisor. Martha is a professional singer, as you just heard, a classical guitarist, and has served as the executive director for a major U.S. company. All the while, she has served those around her and being a fantastic example of what it means to be a serving military spouse. So thank you again, Martha, for your leadership and your support to Craig. And Craig and Martha's incredibly talented daughters, Abby and Jessica, they couldn't be here with us in person today, but they are watching as well. And I would like to say just a word or two about them, because it is your unconditional love of your father that has allowed him also to be sitting here today. Jessica is the mother of two boys, Henry and Finn, and Abby is the mother to their first granddaughter, Caroline. They are both talented, resilient, smart, good parents, wonderful adults, and I can tell you they are both the best friends of Craig and Martha. They moved just about every year in school. Sometimes they didn't want to, but they did anyway. And they didn't volunteer for this life of service. They were drafted into it, but they did it nonetheless, and they served and sacrificed every bit as much as any one of us in uniform. So thank you, Jessica and Abby, for your service and sacrifice. Which one are they? Which Hollywood Square are they, Craig? Very good. So Craig has done some incredible things here at SOUTHCOM and throughout his career. a career that started humbly on the deck plates of the mighty SOCAR, the USS South Carolina, a nuclear-powered guided missile cruiser. Through his command of the Arleigh Burke destroyer and the USS Stetham, a ship that was named after a sailor who refused to aid terrorists on a TWA Flight 847 and paid for his resistance with his life. Craig also commanded the Carrier Strike Group 3, providing options for the then CENTCOM commander and incredible combat air support to both Iraq and Afghanistan during Operations New Dawn and Enduring Freedom. Craig has also done all the hard staff jobs, including the CENTCOM J7 and then later the Senior Military Assistant to the Secretary of Defense, General Secretary Retired Mattis. Craig's accomplishments are numerous, and his leadership has impacted the entire Joint Force. And he has personally ensured the U.S. competitive and positional advantage here in the Western Hemisphere through a results-oriented campaign, some of which you just heard from the Secretary of the Navy. Assessing outcomes and working together with our partners, both in the region and across the interagency, Craig has tied together all kinds of activities for the common good. He has championed professionalism with our partner nations in the security force business. He has led senior enlisted development, and I want to highlight he played a crucial role in the first ever hemispheric-wide defense senior enlisted leader conference. And that he did that with his trusted assistant, his Command Sergeant Major, Ben Jones, over here at his side. Sergeant Major Jones, thank you for all you do and all you represent as a senior enlisted in SOUTHCOM. Craig's focus on senior enlisted development shares with the entire region one of the key strengths of the U.S. military, the professional NCO Corps. And they are, in fact, the standard bearers and the watchkeepers of our entire profession. So thank you, Sergeant Major Jones. And Craig led SOUTHCOM to focus on threats, specifically the transnational criminal organizations. And Craig developed innovative approaches to combat them in close cooperation with our interagency partners. And SOUTHCOM is demonstrating what integrated deterrence is all about. He championed the first ever all-domain plan to counter transnational criminal organizations throughout the hemisphere with our partner nations, and he improved our intelligence sharing through multinational, non-traditional ISR and machine learning. All of you, under Craig's leadership, every single soldier, sailor, airman, Marine, Guardian, Coast Guardsman, puts it all on the line for the security and stability of this region. And alongside our partners, many of whom have made the trip here today to congratulate Craig and Martha and to welcome Laura and Jim Richardson, all of you are what makes this command so special. And I'm thrilled to see what happens next under the steady leadership of Laura Richardson as she assumes command here in just a few minutes under the hand of Secretary of Defense Austin. Laura is exactly the right person at the right time to take command at SOUTHCOM. She and her husband, Jim, are a tremendous example of what it means to serve, and I'm certain that she will build upon the work and accomplishments that Craig and the entire team here have done. Craig, Martha, the entire nation thanks you. Thanks you and your entire family for your service and sacrifice over 4 consecutive decades. So right now we're going to pin a couple of tokens of appreciation that have been earned through your 4 decades of faithful service. And we in the military and we in the nation honor you and your entire family. So now let's go ahead and present your awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, General Milley will present awards to Admiral and Mrs. Fowler. Mrs. Fowler, please join Admiral Fowler and General Milley. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated during the presentation of awards. The Secretary of Defense has awarded the Defense Distinguished Service Medal to Admiral Craig S. Fowler, United States Navy, for exceptionally meritorious service in a duty of great responsibility as Commander, United States Southern Command from November 2018 to October 2021. Admiral Fowler's strategic vision ensured the United States maintain a competitive and positional advantage in the Western Hemisphere by aligning the new United States Southern Command strategy and campaign plan with the national military, national defense, and national security strategies. He tirelessly led the first ever all-domain plan to increase targeting of transnational criminal organizations and facilitated partner nation participation and disruptions. He expeditiously supported partner nation humanitarian assistance and disaster relief efforts highlighted by life-saving responses to Hurricanes Eta and Iota and an earthquake in Haiti. He orchestrated the command's response to the COVID-19 pandemic and created a safe work environment with the highest standards of force health protection. The distinctive accomplishments of Admiral Fowler culminate a long and distinguished career in the service of his country and reflect great credit upon himself, the United States Navy, and the Department of Defense. The Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff has awarded the Distinguished Public Service Award to Martha P. Fowler, who distinguished herself by exemplary leadership, service, and support to United States Southern Command's soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, Coast Guardsmen, guardians, civilians, and family members from November 2018 to October 2021. During this period, she worked tirelessly as a representative of goodwill and selflessly advocated for quality of life issues for command personnel and their families throughout the SOUTHCOM area of responsibility. Her extraordinary talent and enthusiasm in supporting numerous command-wide special events supported the United States Southern Command Build Our Team line of effort, centered on themes of working together, shared best practices, and improving readiness. Mrs. Fowler rapidly recognized the need to support service members, civilians, and family members. She initiated the creation of and became an advisor for Team SOUTHCOM. This united team serves as a force multiplier to build morale and unity, enhance member and community quality of life, and provide community resources through a network of communication and mutual support. The distinctive accomplishments of Mrs. Fowler are in keeping with the finest traditions of public service and reflect great credit upon herself, the United States Southern Command, the Department of Defense, and our nation. Ladies and gentlemen, Admiral and Mrs. Fowler's daughters, Mrs. Jessica Alexander and Mrs. Abigail Hettinger, are joining us virtually. Mrs. Fowler, on behalf of her daughters, will receive from General Milley certificates of appreciation signed by the Secretary of the Navy. The certificate reads, "On the occasion of your father, Admiral Craig S. Fowler's retirement from the United States Navy, you have earned the nation's grateful appreciation for your own faithful and dedicated service. Your steadfast support, understanding, and love helped make possible your father's lasting contribution